What is happening, people? I'm just making sure that we are live on everything. I think we are. I think we're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube and we're live on FaceB on good old Facebook. Cool. So if anyone's watching this on the replay, please give me a hashtag replay. Anyone watching this on the live, please just leave me an emoji in the comments so I know that you can hear me and you can see me okay. Making sure I don't fucking headbutt that. So wait for an emoji in the comments on Facebook and Instagram. I don't think you can stick fucking emojis in the comments on YouTube. I don't think you can anyway. And anyone watching on the replay, just give me a hashtag replay. Mega. Thank you very much. We've got a few emojis coming in. Appreciate you guys. We've got 5 on Instagram. Waiting for Facebook to load up. And we're waiting for YouTube. And then we will get into this live and this podcast. This is going to be, well, I'm not going to say yet, but it's going to be good. It's going to be fucking good. Right. So let's give it, shall we give it 60 seconds? I always give it a little bit of time because I want Facebook, Instagram, YouTube just to populate really. So we get a few people jumping on. If anyone is watching this and you miss it or you can't watch the video, head over to my podcast. It's on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify, Gary's Band, Stitch, all the fucking podcasts. I'm all over the place. It's the Type 1 Movement podcast. So you can catch the full episode on there if you prefer to listen. For visual stuff, then stick around, watch the video. Cool. Right, let's give it 30 seconds and then we are going to get into this and we will make sure that everything's set up. I think we are. Right, shall we get going? Shall we hit that record button? 3, 2, 1. What's happening, squad? Welcome to another episode of the Type 1 Movement podcast. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about why a lot of Type 1 diabetics and people in general. So even if you're not a Type 1 watching this on live or listening to this podcast, you're going to be able to get some value from this. Why Type 1s and people in general stay stuck in the same place. By stuck in the same place, I mean, maybe it's with their blood glucose control. Maybe it's generally in life, so things they want to achieve that they haven't done, their health, whatever it is. I'm going to try and break it down the best that I can in here. So before we get going, please do leave me a rating and a review on the podcast app, as it does help me reach more Type 1 diabetics and positively impact our community. Also, whatever device or platform you're listening to it on, please give it a screenshot, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, tag me so I can reach out and say thank you. Now, I'm going to be honest here. This episode is probably going to be one of the harshest episodes that I've done. And it's going to be true Tom style. I'm a big believer in delivering tough love, opening people's eyes to make them aware of where they're stuck, where they're going wrong, so they can change for the better. And if you're a delicate snowflake and you don't like hearing stuff like this, I probably would switch this episode off now if you're easily offended. Or if you're on the live, the same, I'll probably just scroll on. But if you can take a little bit of harshness, a little bit of tough love, and for many of you, a mirror shown back at yourself as to why you're staying stuck with your control, why you're staying stuck in the same place, then you are going to get a lot of value from this episode. So I wanted to kind of open with that, make you guys aware, so no one can come back and say, you could have fucking warned me, that was really bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're aware now, yeah? If you don't like tough love, you don't like reality, fuck off in the nice possible way, because you're not going to like this episode. If you do and you're going to stick around, I will promise to deliver some value to you, and hopefully you get a bit of a light bulb moment and it enables you to change for the better. So I wanted to kind of get into this, and I'm going to say this to start. Change is hard. Change is hard. Whether that's changing your blood glucose levels, improving your control, your health, relationships, pursuing a business, a fucking skill, anything you want to learn. Like, change is hard. It's not easy. Simple as that. And it's hard because it requires you to change as a person. You can't just run a basal test or a carb ratio test and think that's going to improve your control if you've got deeper rooted problems going on. And change is hard. And this is where a lot of people don't really understand this. They're like, I can just do this action. I can just go to the gym and I can just eat better and I'll change. All right, but how long do you think that's going to stay for? If the problems that you're facing is actually with you as a person. Yeah. This is making sense so far. Guys listening on the podcast, give me a silent head nod. Guys watching on the live, stick me a fire emoji in the comments if it's making change. If you've ever tried to change something and you found it hard. I know, because I've been there. It's fucking hard. And this is why it's hard. And the good old saying, like, anything worth having doesn't come easy. Golden saying. If you've got anything in your life that you've worked fucking hard for, it's probably not come easy because you've had to work hard. If you want great control, it's not going to come easy. You're going to have to work hard. You want to do something and be someone with your life, it's not going to come easy. It's going to be fucking hard. And this is why change is hard, right? Because it requires you to change as a person. And there's some of the 4 key areas that are going to require change from you when you're wanting to improve your control or better your health or better your life. First one is your fucking mindset, your beliefs around blood glucose, who you are as a person, all that sort of stuff, how you view yourself as a type 1 diabetic, your life. Like, you will need to shift your beliefs. If you can't shift your beliefs and work on your mindset, you can do all the actionable shit that you want, but it will always stem back to this issue of you having a certain belief about yourself and your life. Yeah. So change is hard because it requires you to change your beliefs, your mental state. Also requires you to change your habits. We're creatures of routine and habits, right, gang? Yeah. You're going to have to change your habits when you want to change, which means requires you changing as a person and what you do. Sideline to that, the third one is it requires you to change your daily routine. Not completely fucking overhaul it, but you're going to have to change something of your routine. Look, if your blood glucose and your health isn't where you want it to be, and you're going through the same daily routine and habits, you're not getting the outcome that you want. So you need to fucking change something. And that's hard. Another thing of what people don't think about, and I'll give you a great example of this, is sometimes it means that you're going to have to change your social circle and who you surround yourself with. Let me give you an example. If you're surrounded by people who are really negative and chat shit all the time and speak bad about other people, they've got a negative outlook on life, what do you think that's going to do to you if you're constantly hearing that? You're going to fall into that trap. Simple as that. A great place to see this is a lot of Facebook group for type 1 diabetics. There's a lot of negativity. There's some great ones. We've got a great one. But there's some very negative ones where people are moaning and whinging all the time. Eventually, that's going to stem into you and it will start dragging you down. So if you're wanting to change for the better, improve your health, improve your control, you're probably going to have to change some areas of your social circle. Yeah? If you've got friends that fucking eat shit all the time, and we'll get deeper into this, they eat shit all the time, they're constantly drinking and stuff like that, smashed off the tits, and you're constantly hanging around with them, chances are you're probably going to be doing the same thing. So if you want to change for the better, do you think it's wise for you to continue on seeing those people? Probably not. This is hard to change, and this is why change is so hard. Yeah? So I'll recap those. If you want to change for the better as a type 1 or as a person, you want better control, it's going to be hard because it requires you to change as a person. It's going to require you to change your belief patterns, change your habits, change your daily routine, and possibly change your social circle. Sometimes even change relationships. I have known, some of you might even be able to relate to this, I have known people distance themselves from certain family members because they was dragging them down. That's a change because someone wants to progress and a person is dragging them down. But this can be seen on a lighter scale when it comes to your friends and who you're surrounding yourself with. Get yourself in the right social circle. So straight up here, there's no easier way to say this. Like, everything that we have or don't have in our life right now is down to our beliefs, our mindsets, and our daily habits. Wherever you're at right now, as humans, we're creatures of habits. Whatever we have or whatever we don't have is down to our beliefs about ourselves, about life, and it's down to our mindsets and our habits. Straight up here, if someone's fat, someone's broke, someone has poor glucose control, it's down to their beliefs and their daily habits. Someone can argue with me on that, but it is at the end of the day. How can I say that? Because People who are in shape, have great blood glucose control, might be okay financially, they're still humans like us. They just have different habits, maybe a change in lifestyle, a different belief about the world, a different belief about themselves as a type 1 diabetic. So if they can do it, why can't you? And this is something we're going to get deeper in. If you see a type 1 with great blood glucose control and they're healthy and you're not, what's the difference? The difference lies in what I'm going to break down now. And the start of that is your beliefs, your mindsets, and your daily habits. You can run 1,000 tests, know how to run tests. If your beliefs about yourself and how you view yourself as a type 1 and your daily habits are fucked up, doesn't matter what you apply physically, you're always going to come back to this problem. The good thing is, and the fucking great thing on a positive note, now hopefully you guys understand that a little bit now. I know we've gone a bit harsh, a bit deep there. But the good thing is, and the great thing is, we are in control of every single one of these. We are in control of what we believe about ourselves and what we believe about us as a type 1 and how we see the world. We are in control of our routines daily and our habits. We are in control of who we spend our time with. We're in control. And this is what really pisses me off when people start to whinge and I'm like, well, who's in control of that? I am. Fucking change it then. And I know change is hard. I understand, as I've just said at the start, change is hard and requires you to change. But I'm going to go down and break down these things now that hopefully are going to help you and allow you to change and move forward as a person with your health, with your blood glucose control, and in your life in general for the fucking better. So this is something that we kind of call the onion of blame. And this is something I got from a dude called Alex Amosi. He's absolutely fucking amazing. And basically, I've gotten this from that. So this is the onion of blame. So your physical actions aren't going to change until you understand these things I'm going to go through and accept them. And I bet I'm going to get a few people agreeing with this. And how do I know? Because I've been there as well. So if you think of these like an onion, and as a coach, I get to witness this firsthand, day in, day out. As a coach also, it's my job to kind of help break people's beliefs and guide them through this onion of blame until we get to the bottom of why they're stuck. And this is my goal for this podcast episode, so you understand why you're stuck at a certain place with your control, with your health, wherever you're at in life. So the onion of blame. The first outer layer of the onion of blame is people blame their circumstances. People blame their circumstances. And I'm going to break down what this looks like now. They blame time. I've not just got the time. I've not got the time to do this program. I've not got the time to prep food. I've not got the time to run tests. Look, solution to this, time will pass anyway for every single one of us. Time will pass anyway. You get to choose where you spend your time. And something I always say to clients is do a time audit. Chances are you're spending time on shit like fucking social media. I know I'm on there, we're on here now, or doing shit, but this is learning. So this is an investment really with your time. If you're with me fucking right now, good on you. But chances are you're spending your time scrolling through fucking pointless TikTok videos. Do you think that time will be better spent elsewhere, learning about diabetes, prepping your food, planning shit? I think it fucking would be, and I don't think anyone can argue with me on that. So the fact that you say you've not got the time is going to pass anyway. You're in control of your time. You choose where you fucking spend it. It's as simple as that. And do a time audit and start planning. That's how to overcome that. Another thing on outside circumstances that we hear is money. I've not got the money to eat a certain way. I can't afford it. I can't afford to get this course. We have people that say they can't afford our program and stuff like that. Fair enough. People use money. Look, let me give you a great... When I heard this, I was like, fuck, that's strong. If I said today, I've got a £300,000 house, not me personally, but if I said, I've got a £300,000 house, I'm going to sell this house to you for £5,000. I've got a £300,000 house. I'm going to sell the house to you for £5,000. Would you find the money? I think fucking 99.9% of people would find the money. If anyone's into cars, if I said to you, I've got a Lamborghini, we all know how much they are, fucking ridiculous amount. I'm going to sell you this Lamborghini for £3,000. Would you find £3,000? Yes, you fucking would. So it's not about the money. As humans, we're so resourceful. If we want something and we want it deep enough, we will create resources and we will find solutions to the problem. I think that is a great sort of objection when it comes to money. They can't eat a certain way, blah, 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 whatever it is. Look, if something matters that much to you, you'll find it. Simple as for that. Something that, look, right, being honest, my business mentor, I really wanted to work with him. At the time, I couldn't shell out what it was going to cost me. It was going to cost me $6,000. I went and got a loan for $6,000. I was resourceful and I found a way. There's always a way over certain circumstances. So these are circumstances, and this is the first layer of the onion. So we've got time, we've got money. What we also hear on circumstances is, I don't like X, Y, or Z. I don't like going to the gym. I don't like eating this meal. I don't like running these tests. There's a solution to it. Don't like going to the gym? Work out from home. Don't like eating a meal? Find a different meal that's still decent. Yeah? Don't like running tests? There's some things as type 1s that we don't like, but we have to do because the outcome is much greater than that little time in pain that we don't like. Yeah? And another big thing that we hear on circumstances is, this is just how I am. That's a big one because that takes us right to the core, which I'll go into in a second. But I've got poor control. I'm shit. This is just me. This is just my life. It's just how I am. I'll just stay stuck in life. I'm overweight. This is just me. This is just who I am. That's a circumstance. You're in control to fucking change that. So that's circumstances. This is like the surface layer of the onion of blame, right? Next in, we go a little bit deeper and we've got people that blame other people. Fucking hell. Can we ever control what other people do? No. Can we control what we do? Fucking yes. So we get people that blame other people. Let me give you an example. My partner decided they wanted to go out for dinner. Well, all right. You're now pushing the blame onto your partner and not accepting responsibility for yourself. My kids eat a certain way and I don't want to make other meals. I kind of understand this one, but still you're pushing the blame onto your children, not taking responsibility for yourself. There's ways around these little ones. My mates or work colleagues bought a load of fucking chocolate and cake into the office. I'm running a fucking test and I know I shouldn't really be having these high fat foods. But it's my mate's fault. It's my work colleague's fault. Oh, is it? Did they fucking shove it down your face? Did you shove it in your mouth? No. You get to make that decision. You can't be blaming other people. This is something that I think's big. We need to fucking take self-responsibility because we can't control other people. If you're blaming others, another big one that I hear from type 1s is, I get so frustrated. People around me just don't understand what it's like being a diabetic. Okay, I understand that, right? I do understand that. And this is why a lot of clients come to us. But is it worth you getting caught up and so frustrated and wasting mental energy on people that don't understand it? Or is it better and you spending that mental energy somewhere else that's going to help you understand it better? You can't be blaming other people. Own your fucking shit. You can't blame other people. So this is as we get a little bit deeper. So we've got circumstances right on the outer shell. Not got the time. I've not got the money. I don't like X, Y, or Z. This is just the sort of person that I am. We've got blaming other people, not taking fucking responsibility at the end of the day. It's my partner, my kids, my mates and work colleagues brought chocolates in. They wanted to do X, Y, and Z. People don't understand it. Fuck that. It doesn't matter. And then we eventually, and I've done this time and time again with people, when we've handled objections as to why they can't achieve great control or X, Y, Z, eventually, once you get rid of the circumstances of blaming other people, you get down to what the real issue is. And the real issue is yourself. I'll say that again. It's not your circumstances. It's not other people's fault your control isn't great or your health isn't where you want it to be. It's yours. It's on you. And this brings us back to why change is hard, because it requires you to change as a person. But until you stop blaming your circumstances, until you stop blaming other people, you won't fucking change until you take control and realize it. It is yourself that's stopping you. No fucker else, and not your given circumstances. And you know what the good thing is? Ourselves are the only thing that we can actually control. As I've kept saying, we can control ourselves. And this is probably 3 of the main things that I come across when someone realizes, oh, you know what? It is fucking me that's holding me back all this time. It's my fault. That's hard to admit. It takes some big fucking bollocks to admit that it's you that's holding you back. It's not your circumstances. It's not other people. It's you. And this is, I've picked kind of 3 of the reasons why people stay in this self. First one is they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can put the work in to achieve great control. They don't believe that they can start that business and make it work. They don't believe in themselves. The second one is they don't think they're worthy. They don't think they're worthy of great control. They don't think they're worthy of good health. You might sit here and say, I fucking deserve great control. I deserve good health. I deserve family around me that loves me. I deserve this, that, and the other. But do you truly believe that? And have you truly accepted yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you think you're worthy of it? Because not a lot of people do, and not a lot of type 1s do. A lot of type 1s fucking hate themselves and resent the condition. And this comes down to everything else it then stems out because it's hard to admit. They blame other people. They blame the circumstances. And if this is you, you will never improve your control in your life until you face that and deal with that. Another thing that we see a lot that's really hard is a lot of type 1s enjoy being a victim. Some people do. Some people enjoy saying, oh, this fucking condition shit. I wish there was a cure, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, I get that. But that's you putting the control on other people and outside circumstances. It's so shit being a type 1 diabetic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is at times. But if you enjoy sitting in that victimized mindset, then you're never going to accept that it is on you and you're not going to do the work moving forward. I hear this a lot. When I mentioned at the start on certain fucking Facebook groups, they're so negative. This is full of people with victimized mindsets. Don't be around that because it will drag you down. And I fucking mean that and say that a lot. I always say to our clients, we have 2 choices. We can be a victim, sit and wallow in our own self-pity, go through life, let type 1 diabetes fuck us up. Or we can be a victim and be like, right, I've got this condition. I'm going to take control of it. That takes fucking self-discipline. It takes commitment. And I know if I can get that skill and taking control of this, then being a type 1 diabetics is going to allow me to achieve whatever the fuck I want in life. You get to choose victim or a victor. That's on you. You can't sit and, well, you can, but you're not going to get anywhere. Sit and wallow in your self-pity and have a victimized mindset. Yeah. And the final part of this, we're going to recap in a minute, is why a lot of type 1s and people don't change is because they're too comfortable. You're too comfortable where you're at in life. And what needs to happen then, it's like a thermostat, is everyone's got a point where they fucking had enough. You see this in relationships. Do you know what I mean? Someone might get cheated on time and time again. Someone takes it and takes it. Then eventually like, no, fuck off. I've had enough. That's a point of change. We've got a point of change with our blood glucose control. We've got a point of change with our health. We've got a point of change in fucking relationships, in life, in a job. We've got a certain point and position that we need to get to before we will change. And it doesn't matter. No one can help you until you get there. Like no coach, no anything. You've got to start by helping yourself. And here is 2 of the real big common things that I hear from type 1s when they hit this position, when they don't want to go any lower and they've decided, right, it's me that's holding me back. I'm going to change this around. Yeah. Here is the 2 common things that I see. First one is a health scare. A health scare. This might be fucking background retinopathy, something small like that. It might be they've told their organs are going to fail. It might be they've got an infection, the cut, whatever it is, might be losing a license or something. I hear this a lot. It's a health scare that's opened your fucking eyes, made you get to the bottom of your threshold when you're like, now is the time for me to change. It's unfortunate that with a lot of type 1s, they need to get to that position before they change. The other one is a big one, is seeing someone pass from type 1 diabetes. This is hard. Spoke to so many people on this, and they've seen a friend or a family member go through shit, be really bad, and pass due to type 1 diabetes. And that puts them to a point of where they're like, I really don't want my life to end up that way. I am going to change. So with what I've gone through with this, we all have a personal point of where we've had enough. You just need to get to that point. before you start to change. Yeah. So I'm going to do a bit of a recap on this episode. I know it's been fairly long. I know it's been pretty deep, but like I say, the goal of this was so you open your fucking eyes a little bit and relate to some of this, and you're like, right, I understand this now. If you're aware of something, you can change it. So, as I said at the start, change is hard. You can't just start running tests, doing action things, actionable physical stuff, until you change yourself as a person. Change requires work, and it requires you to change as a person because it requires you to shift your beliefs, change your daily habits, change your daily routine, quite possibly change the people that you fucking knock about with. And like I say, everything that you have in your life or don't have is down to your beliefs, your mindset, and your habits. We said there, if someone's fat, if someone's broke, if someone's got poor blood glucose control, it's down to themselves, their beliefs and habits. We looked at the onion of blame, right? At the top, we blame our circumstances. I've not got the time, not got the money. I don't like X, Y, and Z. This is just the sort of person that I am. Then we start to get deeper and blame other people. It's my partner, it's my kids, it's my mates, it's my work colleagues. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's not my fault. And then eventually, some people never get to this really at the core, but we realize that it's ourselves. And that's the only thing that we can actually control. And chances are, it's people don't believe in themselves, they don't think they're worthy, and they enjoy being a victim. And like we've just said, you need to get yourself to a point where you've had enough and you're ready to change. You're ready to improve your blood glucose control. You're ready to improve your health. You're ready to be a fucking better person and work on yourself. Yeah. Team, that is it. If you got value from this episode, I know it was for tough love, but I've explained time and time again why. Please leave me a rating and review on the podcast app. Also, share it, screenshot, share it, tag any other type ones. Be nice though. Tag people that you think are going to benefit from this. I really, really do appreciate you taking the time out to listen to this episode today. I am hoping that if a fucking 1,000 people listen to this and one person just got a aha, this is me, I'm ready to change, then I've fucking done my job and I'm happy with this team. Thank you very much. Hope you have a fucking great day. Until the next episode, peace. I can see a few comments coming in now. If anyone, I'm going to read through them, but if anyone does have any questions about anything we've just gone over, I know it's a bit of a deep one, but hopefully you guys got some fucking value from it. I'm going to skim through now. If anyone has any questions, feel free to stick them in the comments. Duncan had a good one. I don't like needles, but I'm going to live or die. Needed to get used to injecting insulin. Exactly. Yeah, we hear that from a lot of type 1s. I don't like needles. What's the outcome? Don't inject, go into DK and die. Do you know what I mean? So this shit that I don't like, but I do, because doing that, the outcome is much better than not liking doing something. Jason, the magic part is how well this applies to anybody in life and not just type 1s. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. This is like, obviously, like, I'm here to help type 1s, but at the end of the day, we're type 1 diabetics. We're fucking human. And humans function and move the same regardless of having type 1 diabetes or not. Everyone needs to hear this sort of stuff from time to time. Looking out to get my bush